and to start very early. Gradually our members are coming in bit by bit. So we should start on a light note, because still we are missing some major members today, like Sadhu Maharaj, Muni Maharaj, and others. Yesterday we had an informal beginning of our meeting. Actually, the informal part I personally consider very important, because the most important element of this get-together is the get-together. It's like Bhakti Yoga. It's the process and the goal at the same time. If we can simply get together, like sometimes in my own mission, people question the validity of the Ishtagostis. They say sometimes devotees meet and they talk and nothing really comes from it. And I said, no, you're quite wrong. The success of the talking was that they actually met together and talked. This is already the most important accomplishment to start with, because the validity or the value or the success will be there in the heartfelt feelings, in the heartfelt heart-to-heart connection. This is actually the crucial element of sadhu sangha in this case, and of course situating ourselves under the guidance of advanced devotees, like one of the 64 angas of the practice of Krishna consciousness, nicely published here in the Vienna Mandir. You can see it, it's hanging outside in the walkway, is to always be situated under the guidance of senior Vaishnavas. As a matter of fact, the Vishwa Vaishnava Rajsabha has two departments. One is Unification Department, one is the Guru Varga Dignity Department, which is exclusively designed that if any discrepancies ever arise, then we will present that discrepancy very humbly to the senior most Vaishnavas present on the planet, so that they may shed some light on it and give some insight on what to do with this situation. Interestingly enough, since the beginning of, now this is like we are in the 15th year of the Vishwa Vaishnava Rajsabha reappearance by the grace of Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, not one single issue has really been presented. If there's any issue which we can consider very highly controversial, but nobody has really dared to address it too deeply, then that is the issue of reinitiations. Reinitiations has been a controversy, and of course people have spoken about it, written about it, but nobody has really said, let us bring it to the Den Haag court of Vaishnava final Siddhanta on it, so that we can say, hey, that's what it is all about. So in this sense, it is everybody has its own views on it, and they even speak about reinitiation in terms of time, place, and circumstances to that degree that sometimes they really condemn it, and sometimes they consider it part of relief work. So this is, you know, it's like an extreme array of this topic, you know, from condemn, like it's almost like sex life, you know. It's Krishna himself if it doesn't go against the religious principle, no, and it's totally condemned if it's just for sense gratification. Even though it may seem to be externally looking the same, but by the intent, by the purpose lying behind, it is viewed, it is seen totally different, and that obviously creates an ambiguousness which require deep insights, deep studies, impartial views, because it's like that. It's all about faith, last but not least. initiation, our process of initiation. Srila Maharaj once said, if my inner voice of conscience is upset, it is objecting with the procedures of my surroundings, should I ignore that inner upsetness to go along with formalities, while it was that inner conscience which brought me to the feet of my Guru? That inner conscience even removed me from the ordinary set of affairs. Like I was a student, I was trying to make money, I was doing this, I was that, I was unhappy. I met my Guru and left everything. I became a monk, I joined the monastery, everybody was upset. Even my parents told me I wouldn't get any of my inheritance, and it was a very severe rupture of what I'm doing, but my heart was the one who guided me through it. And as a matter of fact, I took shelter of the lotus feet of my spiritual master. I'm speaking for everybody in a sense, you know. It took me to the lotus feet of my spiritual master, where I found solace, siddhanta, understanding, kindness, and understanding and being understood simultaneously. So in this sense, we see that following one's heart is of such a topmost importance. But what if my consciousness tells me go against the established institutional bylaws, etc., etc.? No? What to do then? No? So I guess we all have to face sometimes in life things like that, where so-called set values are put into question. And so there's only one way out of that, which is sadhusanga, the guidance of sin. If there's any question, if we want to make sure it's right, it's wrong, if we want to go on the safe side, we situate ourselves under the guidance of the senior-most Vaishnavas and what they have to say on an issue. That's the only practical proposal the Vishwa Vaishnava Rajsabha came up. But as I say, in 15 years, no mission or no individual has come to say, please, help me on this. Of course, on a more private platform, yes. When I have a doubt nowadays, I go to ask Srila Bhaktivedanta Maharaj, or I counsel with senior men who I have some conversation level communication with, and so. But like, it's very interesting, and the Guru Varga dignity in that sense is very important. Like, for example, one time Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj, who we know was a highly accepted philosopher and devotee, pure devotee in our line, he once called a few devotees in the room, I was amongst them, and he said, you have to fight against Sahajaism. Very serious. He said, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he constructed a royal road from the east to the west. A royal road which he built by heavy hard work, because before nobody in the West even knew what is Vaishnavism, so that was not known to the West. But he made a road which was so many branches, it goes to almost every city in the world, that big road. And now he said, on that road which Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada made, now so many not precise, not correct interpretations of Vaishnavism are traveling. Caste Goswamis are traveling on that road. Sahajya tendencies are traveling on that road. And because the road is made now, it's quite easy to move. No? Before it was not easy to go somewhere in South Africa and start some mission about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or about Krishna love. Like, I mean, it's there. It's there, and it's not an easy thing. Like, whenever we have a meeting